has written a book, a very, very thick book called How to Manage Your White Girlfriend's Guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Duval Culpepper.
It's how to manage your girlfriend's white guilt, which we'll get to in a minute, guys. I'm here to bring a little diversity to the proceedings. I'm a Republican. Relax! Joke, guys. God, I can't say shit anymore. I can't. It's over. No, I'm not a Republican, guys. I'm just kidding. But it does astonish me that rich white liberals don't realize that as a group, black people are wildly fucking conservative, all right? I'm not sure if you guys realize that, and based on the resounding silence, I'll assume you don't. But black people as a group, not as individuals, as a group, which is how rich white liberals like black people, wildly fucking conservative. Let's break it down, okay? Guns? Got 'em. Religion? Jesus? Hey, got 'em. Gay rights? Ho! Don't got 'em, all right, guys? Let me give you a little personal anecdote to compound that statement. Remember Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? Okay, my family brought me to see Ace Ventura, Pet Detective when I was 8 years old. And you remember when Ace Ventura figures out that Einhorn is Finkel? Finkel is Einhorn! Einhorn is a man! Einhorn is a man! Alright? And at there's more to the joke. At the very end, remember at the end, Ace Ventura spins around Einhorn and we see the panties, we see those stuffed panties, and as adults we know that that meant that this transgender individual was tucking their cock into their panties, okay? But as an 8-year-old boy, I didn't know that, and I asked my aunt and uncle who brought me to see this movie, I was like, Auntie, Uncle Derek, what's in her panties? You know what my bigoted black family told me? She shit her pants. Rather than explain to me what a transgender individual was, my family told me that this person shit their pants, okay? So that's... Black people are conservative, I don't know. They're sexist homophobes, I don't know. You guys get confused easily, I don't know. I also don't know what the fuck I'm wearing. Like, I'm 30 years old, 32 years old, I don't know how old I am. I just, you know, like, because dating, like, the small things change. Like, my life sucks. I'm just sad and angry now. Everything's horrible. And that happens in your 30s, but it's the small things that change first, okay? Like, dating, one-night stands. Or one-night stands even change. When I was, in your 20s, you have a one-night stand, you send the follow-up text, right? I feel like you've sent plenty of follow-up texts to the one-night stand. You go, hey, nice to meet you. Was wondering if you want to hang out and get together this weekend. There's an art opening that has free PBR from 6:30 to 6:45. Remember those days? In your 30s, that changes. You go, hey, nice to meet you. Was wondering if you want to hang out this weekend. But what was the name of that memory foam mattress topper you had? Because my lower back has never felt better. So you're looking at like half like good one-night stands and like me trying to hold on to my youth. Okay, very good. Why are we listening to rich white girls? Culturally. I mean, why are we listening to rich white girls culturally? I feel like rich white girls are getting a lot of stage time culturally right now, okay? Poor white... You look so confused and angry and ready to blog about me, but that's okay. What about rich white girls? I'm none of them. It's like a panther ready to pounce, alright? Poor white girls? Fine. Poor women of color? Great. Leslie, who's like an African-American studies course 4 years ago and learned about racism for the first time, and moved to the big city ready to solve the racial problems her parents created in the first place? I don't know. I'm a little confused. Why are we listening? Because they're condescending. It's the condescension, you know? It's the condescension of rich white liberals that really gets me, you know? They're like, Duval, you gotta travel. They're always traveling. These rich white girls are always traveling. Always fucking traveling. The Instagram is just always travel. You should go to Myanmar. You go to Bali. Go to Duval. You know where you should go? Duval, you know where you should go? You should go to Africa. Duval, you should go to Africa. Now, Emily, it's a little different when you go to Africa than when I go to Africa. When Emily or Leslie goes to Africa, you know, they roll out the red carpet, feed her figs, she drifts down the Nile on a gondola, and it's wonderful, okay? When I go to Africa, it's a little different. They look at me and they're like, hey, where have you been? Get back to work. travel. I do travel. I travel in the United States of America. You know what? I was in college here in the year 2005, and every time on the tee I started singing the national anthem, all you Bostonians joined me, and it was the best fucking thing I've ever experienced. Mildly racist and oppressive, but really cool and fun at the same time. But when I travel across this country because I have a broken sense of self, and every time I find something that resembles happiness, I run from it. When you travel across this country, you get to see how varied and diverse the problems this country faces are. As evidenced by, I was in rural Georgia. I was at a diner in rural Georgia, and there was a news story on the television that said the state senators of Georgia were thinking about renaming a place called Runaway Negro Creek. Okay? This is a real place. You can Google that shit right now, okay? And the state senators of Georgia were thinking about renaming a place called Runaway Negro Creek. And I'm in this diner, I'm sitting there watching, and these Georgia good old boys are next to me, and they're like, there they go! Those SJW PC warriors trying to change our culture, trying to change our history. If they change the name of Runaway Negro Creek, how am I supposed to know what exit to take to get to Nigger River? You guys might be wondering, I don't know what you guys are wondering. You guys are very confused by this, I can tell, but it's okay. You guys are wondering, how did Trump get elected? How did Trump get elected? Well, there are still places called Runaway Negro Creek. Leslie, I'll see you at the protest. Thanks very much, guys.